for employment has been denied. And there wasn't even no name on it. This was the 12th of June last year. Can you believe it? After doing the interviews, everything, DNAs, clearances, medicals, she just said to me, no, my application for employment's been denied. I want to know why. I want to know what their reason was for denying me employment. I want to know what all their reasons are for denying me employment. I'm a skilled, qualified trades engineer, been in the mining game from 2000 to 2014, the end of it. All of a sudden, nobody wants to hire me. And the system's been taking away all my good jobs since 2011, since Haley here. They've planned this process over the years. The system buggered up my hip. My hip wasn't fucked up due to avascular necrosis. I'll tell you why. This is also part of 2017. I found out that my hip wasn't fucked up due to avascular necrosis. You know why? Because every time I was riding my bike, I'm riding my bike to communicate. I'm riding my bike to my mom's house. I'm riding. And it's like, oh, no, when I was walking in town, all of a sudden the voice is communicating with me, the system. They're like, huh? What? Hey, and I feel a pain in my hip, etc. Huh? What? Every now and again they bully me, etc. And I'd have a pain in my hip. And I thought to myself, how the fuck does that work? And I thought, hold on a minute. After this has been happening for ages, I thought to myself, these people can give me a pain in my hip, anytime they like. They can drop me to the ground, They've done it before. Hey, fucking pains in my hip, bruh. Bully me, huh? When I ride my bike, hey, all of a sudden it feels like I'm struggling, struggling. It feels like they've got a motor in my axle. All of a sudden, when I go to pedal harder or faster, it feels harder, like I'm working a lot harder. It's got nothing to do with that. It's their fucking technology. They tweak up this frequency. They do something with technology, and it makes me work harder. It makes things harder for me to do. It makes me feel like I'm struggling and working harder. They even bully me. They say, work hard, work hard. That's what they shout out to me, the voices. They say, work hard, work hard. Because they make everything harder in my life. That's what they do. When I walk, they make my knees sore. They make my hips sore. This time, when I was trying to go back to work, they were making my feet sore in the morning when I jump out of bed. Hey, my back is sore, my feet are sore. They psychologically wanted me to believe I'm getting old and that I don't want to work and all this kind of crap. Because they didn't have intention for me to go back to work. So they were making me feel old, my neck's sore, my back. And it's nothing to do with me. It's their technology. They can make my back sore. They make my hips sore. They make my arms sore. They make my eyes itchy. They make me feel old. They psychologically brainwashing me to believe I'm old and I don't want to go back to work. This is what they were doing. And all the girls, the employment places weren't giving me work. Holmes West, the government got me trapped in this house and they watch me every fucking move I make. So last year I realized that my hip and all that is a fake. I realized why they took my hip away from me is because they thought I'm a pervert, rapist and a pedophile. And I jump fences and look at people's houses. I told you the story about Marlon and all that there, guarding me. The green fence, green panties and all this crap. I told you all those stories in the videos earlier. I'll summarize them for you after this. So I realized, I started thinking there's a motor in my bike that they've put there to make my life. No, it's technology. They bully me. They say to me, work hard, work hard. And they turn up this thing of technology, he said, it makes riding hard, he said. All of a sudden I'm fucking struggling. They just do it with a push or a turn of a dial, he said, or a push of a button with technology. It's like they've got technology pointed at me from somewhere, he said. You know what I'm saying? This is not a lie, he said. This is not delusional, folks. This is real. This is real. The system's been picking on me and bullying me because they think I'm something I'm not. They've been psychologically trying to brainwash me into believing that I'm a pervert, that I'm a pedophile, that I'm feeling old and that I don't want to work anymore. It's been all a psychological game, and it's mentally draining. It's very mentally draining. Every day I wake up, people start my day by mentally draining me. When I switch on the TV, they bully me. I try not to watch TV. They bully me through the TV and watch me. Every move I make, they bully me. They're like, what? Huh? It's like somebody following you. You just picture somebody following you, right? And just bullying you in your ear with everything that you do, putting sugar in your cup. Oh, how many? Moving your papers, trying to do something. They make the way you do things, they interrupt the way you do things. So you do things like you're mad, or you do things rough, or you don't do things calmly. They change you as a person. That's what they've been doing with me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know how fucking frustrating and annoying it is? You just picture someone following you and bullying you in your ear or guarding you with everything that you do, even going to the toilet and using the toilet, peeing or doing a number two, and people talking and saying things that make you think disgusting thoughts. Your brain doesn't rest. That's what they do to me. They don't let my brain rest. They don't let my body rest. They don't let my heart rest. They emotionally confuse me with my ex-wife, my friends, and everybody in my life. It's very bad. It's been very mentally draining and stressful for me. And everybody pretends they don't know nothing. But they've all been fucking orchestrated what to say to me and how to treat me. They treat me with impunity, they bully me. And they talk to me like I'm an inferior. That's what I realized. They don't really do it too much anymore because now I know. I don't do anything about it because I still got other things to do and things to find out, and I've got a life left to live. I want to know why she denied my application for employment from Linkforce. I want to know what's her reason. I want to know why all of them didn't want to employ me. I'm a qualified boilermaker tradesman, been in the game for 14 years. My brother was talking about ERMS when he came here one day. I said, bullshit. ERMS. Fucking people that have been dealing drugs and the system knows about are getting Uber jobs and truck driving jobs and still working on the mines. These are drug dealers. You want to tell me about ERMS? How can ERMS have anything to do with me? When the last job I worked was at Port Hedland, right, with Downers in 2014, December. Since then, I've had a hip operation and been out of work. I haven't been on site. So how can ERMS have anything to do with me working on site? They can't. My last job was on site. Then I had a hip operation. I recovered and then I was going back to work on site. So it doesn't make any sense. You're talking rubbish. ERMS can't have anything to do with me. You know what I'm saying? That's nonsense. He's trying to make excuses for who I don't know. For all these people, yeah. How? How can I work my last job on site, have a hip operation, try to go back to work? What happened? Why would ERMS be in my life? I haven't been on site for the last 2 years. Nonsense, man. Everybody's trying to make excuses for keeping me out of the game and for ruining my life. Fucked my whole life up. What's funny, I was on the bus in Vic Park, and for some reason I looked out the window, and in an Audi, for some reason there's something to do with Audis, people bully me, like they say ow, ow, ow to me, because people are trying to reference or give me a complex, trying to say I got a small dick or something like that, right? So people go ow, like that. So it's like if I had sex with them, it'll just be like an ow kind of thing. This is no bullshit. This is real. This is what people try to say. So I think it's got something to do with Audis as well. It's the police as well, bullying me. Because the funny thing happened. I was on the bus in Vic Park one time. And for some reason I looked out the window and there was a grey Audi 4-wheel drive. And there was Peter Clements sitting in it with a grey jumper. Now Peter Clements is a guy I used to know from school, Linwood High School. He's been in the police force for many, many years. I know he used to be in Karratha because I used to work in Karratha. And that's where he was a policeman. I don't know if he's a detective, senior sergeant or whatever now. But they were right next to the bus that I was on in a 4-wheel drive. Isn't that strange? What is he now, a detective or what? I thought that was uncanny. Marlon Elephant. Around about beginning of last year, he called me up. No, I called him up. And he said he had 2 tables and 2 chairs for me. I told him I was looking for tables and chairs for out the back. I was getting some. And he said he had 2 tables and 2 chairs for me. Now, I don't know what the hell he meant by that. It's like to sit down at the table or something like that. Everybody's got some kind of metaphorical shit for what they tell me, you know. They play mind games with everything, like everything means something. Anyway, he never got back to me. He was being full of shit again. I don't know what his problem is, why he thought he could bully me about very important stuff that's ruined my life. And then I asked him if he knows my ex-wife. And he said, no, he doesn't know my ex-wife. Or does he know anyone who's, or do you know anyone who's been with her, or anyone going out with her, so I could get into contact with her? And he said, no, he doesn't know. Because that would be wrong, you know, if he was with my ex-wife and this and that. That's something you don't do kind of thing. That's what he was saying to me. I don't know how serious he was because he's been full of shit and bullying me. And then he done a post on Facebook, which was personal to me. I felt personally bullied by it. That's what everybody does these days. Because my posts, Facebook page is hacked. And the things that people post are relative to my life. You know what I'm saying? Now it's been orchestrated like that by the system, whoever's doing it. It's like they got to look like people are bullying me on Facebook. And people are, because they are willing to let it happen, right? He also posted something about people losing their brain cells from doing too much drugs and all that, and people talking to the TVs. Now, I felt personally bullied by that because that post was about me, I felt, and that he was bullying me because I was talking about talking to my TV. And I used to dabble in smoke and rock, and so did he. So he was bullying me on that Facebook post, people losing brain cells and talking to the TV. I talk to my TV today. I talk to it because people are in there bullying me. So he was bullying me last year again. I think I'll leave it there for now. Yeah, I'll leave it there for now, and I'll come back. A little more to get through before I summarize things for everybody. So that's what happened with my attempt back into the workforce. Nothing. No one wants to give me a job. I want to know why people have kept me out. That's my life, my future, my career. People have kept me out of it since 2011 and 2012 when they took away my CBI jobs. I'm supposed to be sitting in my big $500,000 house now with my Cortina, my GT and my motorbike, and my kids on the weekends or whenever I come back from work. That's where I'm supposed to be right now. I'm unemployed, living from paycheck to paycheck on the dole. This is what the system and my family and friends have done to me. And I haven't done anything to nobody. I'll come back with the rest of the story. Stay tuned.